If you can hear me, Mr. Nya-Etok, I was just wondering though, how does that come into play in the Rivers rerun elections? I mean, there's talk of imposition.
Yes, I'll tell you how it comes into play in Rivers election. As we stand, the very best we can do in Rivers rerun is to assure the people of Rivers State that all national institutions and agencies will not interfere, because it is this apprehension that the military is going to stop us, INEC is going to be biased, the police is not going to be on our side, we must take law into our hands, which leads into a lawless situation. But I believe that both the IG, the INEC chairman, whom incidentally, for one of the very few times in my life, I have come to have a direct interaction and know that while there may be people within the system that are sabotaging the works of INEC, this is one man that stands out to say, look, I want to be a national leader, fair to all parties concerned. I believe that maybe the cancellation would not have been, maybe he's rocked the boat, in quote, and is unhappy, or people are unhappy with him because he should have used his power to play to or pander to the expectations of certain people because we are the ones in power. But he says, look, let's do it free and fair. Whoever wins takes it. This should be an assurance to the people of Rivers State that if they are going to do any further elections, INEC chairman is willing to be independent and let the process roll. This would assuage the concerns and the anticipations and the apprehensions of the people of Rivers State.
What do you make of the suggestion of a peace committee ahead of the remaining elections to hold in 8 local government areas?
No, please, can you repeat? I couldn't hear. There was so much echo here.
I was asking what you make of the suggestion that a peace committee be constituted, to ensure that peace reigns during the conduct of the remaining 8 local government areas.
I think that in the interest of this nation, not just a peace committee, I want to appeal to all the church leaders, all the community leaders, all the professionals in Rivers State, all of them to pour back into the state. We as a party, though we are not taking part, we have reached out to all our members to preach the peace in the interest of that garden city called Port Harcourt and Rivers State as a whole. It's a very important state to us as a nation. So I'm agreeing with the concept of the Peace Commission, but I want to go beyond the Peace Commission to appeal to all well-meaning Nigerians. Let the bloggers blog it. Let our celebrities encourage, and let me say this for whatever it's worth. I think the chairman of INEC should go out of his way to get one bad egg in INEC and set an example. Let that restore the confidence of the people that, yes, this man is really who he says he is. If that is done, we may end up having a concluding part that is more civil. And if INEC needs to review all the sensitive materials and make sure that such a mistake is not repeated, I think it would be in the interest of INEC. I can say this authoritatively because I know that the leadership of INEC wants to stamp the authority as being free, fair, and credible to all.
So what then do we do with the materials? I mean, right now, people are still raising issue with, as you rightly said, the result sheets. What do you think that INEC should do to safeguard the integrity of its result sheets?
The first thing is that within the next few days, let INEC call back all the result sheets. Call back the chairman of APC, PDP, and all other parties and go through all the, I mean, there cannot be too many that's left. Countersign them one by one and seal it back. Just, I mean, it's like using a sledgehammer to kill a fly. But the first thing you need to do is rebuild the confidence in the people that let the PDP go back and say, yeah, we have won, in the sense that they will not bring fake materials. Let APC go back and say, yes, PDP is not going to be able to manipulate the system. That issue of sensitive materials, whatever needs to be done, let all be retrieved. Let all be countersigned in the presence of these people. If need be, let the 2 or 3 chairmen also countersign the result sheet. Let them be repackaged and be put in a way that the 2 parties or the major parties, 2, 3, or 4, can say, yes, we vowed for this integrity. And let them also sign an undertaking that they are going to go back and talk to the people. And for goodness sake, I ask this question, and I ask this question again. For years, since 1999, we have all manner of problems during elections. Why is it that we cannot find 1, 2, 3 people that can go in? Lives have been lost in Rivers State in the past few days. Can we not just find one person that we can fairly, not out of issue of victimization, say this man did this? Can we not capture something and let Nigerians know that, for goodness sake, you commit a crime, you pay for the crime? And this probably leads me to the most important thing I want to say. Whatever it takes, beyond fighting corruption, whatever it takes, beyond economy, whatever it takes, beyond anything else, let Mr. President give us a country where the rule of law is supreme and paramount and above any and every other thing. Because of my position, I've had a lot of interactions with the young people. And please, let me even put it on the record. Young Democratic Party is that our democracy is young, and not that it is an exclusive party of the young people. It's just that we have a specific agenda for the young people as our target group, so that all the young and heart and well-meaning Nigerians are coming in for a recruitment process of the young people and go into what you may call responsibility shift, preparing them to be able to take over responsibility at the right time.
All right,
back to what I was saying.
Let's get
this young person told me
you can
that
hear me,
she did law in Nigeria, went abroad to do a master's, but had to come back to Nigeria because she believes that in Nigeria she is free. Though she lived in Europe and the parents were not there, she was not free. But in Nigeria, she is free. The reason being that you can get away with anything in Nigeria, and that's a very sad commentary. And that's very sad. Unless, there are certain things Mr. President is doing, and I want to join and say, suspend the law and deal with the people. I really feel so strongly about it. But wisdom tells me no. At any price, at any cost, at any stake, let the rule of law come into play, because that's the only thing that is going to save us as a nation. We have what people see as a contraption, where you have the North. Up till today, the sentiment is there. The North sees the South sees the West sees the East. But if we are going to have this discourse, which is going to affect our politics majorly, we need to come to a point where you see, when you talk of EU, the European Union, France is not Spain. Spain is not Britain. Britain is not Germany. But they have agreed to come together and stay together to synergize and be able to build a consensus of power to be able to deal and advance their case.
All right, we've got to go. We have to.
Akwa Ibom is never going to be Katsina, nor Katsina Yobe, nor Yobe Lagos.
All right, Mr. Ezekiel Nya-Etok,
we can redefine
National
Nigeria
Chairman, Young Democratic Party. We have to go. Thank you very much, Ade, for your perspectives. Yes, we are enjoying the conversation, but unfortunately, we have to draw the curtains here. But we'll get your points, though. Ezekiel Nya-Etok is a National Chairman of Young Democratic Party. We'll be back in a minute to have another perspective on this matter, albeit legal as well as political. Don't go away.